everyone. So far, I am so grateful and kind of relieved and proud of myself that I've been able to upload a video pretty much almost every day for at least this week. Audre Lorde orange piece for, Rainbow Pride Month. And I can't believe that I've been able to actually upload a video pretty much every day of the month so far. I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm I'm so glad. But on to this piece. So obviously, as you'll see, I'm going to focus on the face now. I'm going to do the face. And I'm sorry that I ended up having to turn the camera like this. This does give it kind of an odd alien egg-shaped sort of look to it, but I didn't know how else to film it, honestly. And this is one of the most important parts, the eye. So I am leaving all of this video at, at normal time, and I'm virtually not editing anything out of it at all. And this right here, I wanted to talk about. I got this from a Lee Hammond book, Lee, and I think the last name was Hammond. If you want to learn how to do colored pencil, read Lee Hammond. She is so good. And she said that if you ever want to do the eyeball, the iris, the pupil, even the catchlight, you absolutely have got to have a template. And that's what this is. This is a template. I actually got it from a place that used to exist. I think it still exists in Oklahoma City. It was called Triangle A&E. Yep, Triangle A&E, and it was a really wonderful place. It was pure art and architectural supplies, and this was actually an architectural supply that I got from there. Sorry about the camera being out of focus. Thankfully, it's back in focus now. But yeah, this was absolutely wonderful. And one of the things that I just want to say when it comes to using these templates, this template, it makes a variance for your lead, but it makes a variance for the thickness of mechanical lead, and I think it's like a 0.7 mechanical lead or even a 0.5. These pencils are much wider than that. So when you decide on a circle, you actually need to decide on a circle that's actually quite a bit larger than the one that you're needing, because your pencil lead is going to be that much fatter. And depending upon what you're needing and what you're drawing, you can actually screw up pretty badly by choosing a circle that is too small, especially if you want the inside of the circle to be free from, whatever, colored pencil or lead or what have you, graphite that you're using to draw your circle with. So that can pen, what have you, marker. So yeah, you really got to be careful with these templates. Freehanding it is not an option, especially when it comes to the eyes. That one, everybody notices. Absolutely everybody. They notice if the eyeballs are off. They notice if the pupils are off, if the catchlights are off. They notice if the iris is off. That it's really big and it sticks out. It really sticks out because I can draw circles really wonderfully. That I am grateful that I am gifted in the line of that, but I still need a template. Because you can still be lopsided or wonky or something, some little odd, bump sticking out, and you don't even know it until you get a template and it's corrected. So these templates, you can actually get them on Amazon now. You can get several different sizes. Hopefully you can get a size that's similar enough to what you're needing. A bunch of them come in sets and whatnot. You can even look up architectural templates that might actually help. And right now what I'm doing so kind of back to the image here, what I'm doing is I'm going in accordance with what I learned from the Lee Hammond coloring pencil books. And what she says is to work from the darkest points to the lightest points. So that's what I'm doing. I'm starting out with the darkest features on the face, and I'm going to go to the lightest features. And usually she taught that if it's a highlight, you don't touch it at all. You just let the color of the paper shine through to the best of your abilities. Since this is an orange piece, I made sure to have an orange wash all over everything. But oh yeah, and I do just want to mention this, even though this is a longer video, I do want to make sure that I get this in here. So I found out while digging through my colored pencils to be able to try to find orange pencils to go with this piece, I found out that even Prismacolor doesn't have any orange at all. It's really upsetting. Prismacolor really needs to expand its repertoire of orange. All the art pieces, all the colored pencils and whatnot, they used to have no purple. Well, now they're having the exact same problem with orange, and I noticed that for a long time now. And so I ended up having to dig through all of my colored pencils in order to try to just finish this piece. And I found out that all the other colored pencils have the exact dead stamp same colors in their selections as Prismacolors. Literally. Now, the other pencils that are out there, they might not have the same number of pencils. They might not have the same, number or amount of pencils. Like they might come in only a set of 12 or 24, 36, 48, 72, what have you. They might even come in a full set of 120, but that's kind of rare. And usually that costs, even for the cheaper brands, that costs way too much. But no matter how cheap the brand, they come in the exact same colors as Prismacolor pencils. They come in the exact same range as Prismacolor pencils. And a lot of my other pencils were actually matching in one way or another my largest set of colored pencils, which are Prismacolor pencils. My largest set of Prismacolor pencils are actually, they're over 120. I think I got like a 132 set of Prismacolor pencils at some point in my 20s. I know it was that. It was sometime in my 20s, late 30s at the latest. The latest I could have gotten a set of colored pencils would have been about 2012, 2020, what was it? I would have been, it was in my 30s. I'm not even going to try to quote because I literally have to write it down to figure out. It's almost like mathematics at this point. But anyway, so the largest set the largest set I have is over 120 colors of Prismacolor pencils. And it turns out that Amazon Basics, their largest set of colored pencils has the exact same colors as Prismacolor. And interestingly enough, they're just as creamy and blendable and as pigmented as Prismacolor pencils. And I absolutely love that. Along with that, I also have a set of Lyra, Lyra. Lyra's oil-based, not wax-based. So since they're oil-based, they're nowhere near as blendable. But Lyra's Rembrandt Polycolor pencils, they have the exact same colors also as Prismacolor pencils. So much so that I was actually able to swap out one of my Prismacolor pencils. I have a Prismacolor pencil. It's called Prismacolor 1032 at pumpkin orange, and I was able to swap that out for Lyra's Lyrya, Lyra's Rembrandt series, and they call that Venetian Red at 2,200,090 pencil. That's what they call it, Venetian Red 2,090,090 pencil. And yeah, that's what Lyra calls their pencils. It is in the 2,090,090 series, so it makes me question, do they actually have 2 million colors? What's going on here? What the crap, So, but Lyra had one color that there was only, I have Lyra's like set of 72 colored pencils, I think. It's either a 36 set or a 72 set. They're the most expensive colored pencils that I have in my whole repertoire of colored pencils. The only other ones that are expensive are my Prismacolor pencils. So Lyra, they did have one color that Prismacolor did not have, and it is a darker orange. In fact, it's called dark orange, and that number is 2,015,000, 2,000,015. So yeah, Lyra's Rembrandt series has a dark orange number 2,015,000. So that's really fascinating to me. That's really interesting. So it makes me kind of wish I could get more Lyra pencils, but because they're so unblendable, I don't particularly like them. When you draw on them, they do leave a very, very rough surface, no matter how smooth the paper is, and they don't blend. The more wax that is in a pencil, the more blendable it will be, and the easier it will be to blend. The less wax in a pencil, the less easy it will be to blend, unless you actually want to take out the solvents. Now, I don't like turpentine. I don't like anything that might be toxic to the lungs. So I don't use solvents of any kind. You can use baby oil. I tried using body butter, actual body butter that you would put on your body. And I found out after about, what was it, 15 to 25 years. And yeah, I am that old. In about at least 20 years, 15 to 20 years, that piece of artwork, I used Prismacolor pencils on it, and I used body butter on it, and the artwork ended up just like kind of melting and dissolving, and the cream in it ended up kind of wrinkling up and seizing up so that it clumped up on all these odd ways on the paper itself. Now, I might have used basically what I'm using here, watercolor paper. I don't think I did. I think I used poster board or even a very thick piece of sketchbook paper. But it was not the newsprint kind of sketchbook paper. It was an actual piece of drawing bleached white paper. And this would have been in the early 2000s. Nothing later than 2008, I think it was. So yeah, so there you go. There you go for that information. Don't use body butter. Use it if you don't care about the archival quality. I don't know about baby oil. The stuff that I did use baby oil on, it seems to have lasted. Baby oil does, oddly enough, seem to be archival. I am talking about baby oil from the early 2000s. I don't know about baby oil today because they are trying to crack down on companies and businesses using dangerous products and putting dangerous preservatives into their products now. And that includes stuff that you put on your skin. So stuff that you put on your skin is just as important as stuff that you actually eat and put in your body. I say the stuff that you eat and drink is far more important because that's an immediate, difference. But anyway, so there's that information. You can always try using rubbing alcohol, and 90% rubbing alcohol is arguably going to be better, but I would start with 70%, or something in the 70% range before going higher. I don't know about the lower grade rubbing alcohols. I know that there's like 50% and like 60% out there. I don't know about those. So yeah, there was something else I was wanting to talk about here, but I can't put my finger on it. I can't put I can't remember it at all. But we're at the end of the video anyway. I'm glad that I was able to fill you in on all of that info. I'm glad that I was able to run this video at correct time, not speeding it up at all, because I think that's very important for artists to watch someone actually color in real time to learn. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with me, and see you in the next video. Bye.